All right, welcome back to our CalFresh Enrollment Party document series. In this video, we'll be going over the student eligibility called LPI, or a local program that increases employability. Please note that this video only applies to graduate students. For undergraduate students, your student eligibility requirement is already covered by virtue of you being an undergraduate student as of June 2026. Before we continue, if you haven't watched the first video in our series yet, we highly recommend that you do so before continuing on with any of the other videos. Additionally, if you have not downloaded your study list yet, we highly recommend you do so following the instructions provided in video number 6, labeled study list, because you will need to provide one in addition to the proof of student eligibility for the LPI. But with that, let's go over what exactly an LPI is. So here at UCI, we have a number of academic and professional programs that are approved for CalFresh by the county. Perhaps they have a work component, a practicum component, a lab component. Regardless, all of these programs have some component required that the county has identified as increasing employability. On our end at the Basic Needs Center, we've gone ahead and compiled every single approved program for CalFresh into one list, our student program list. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at that list and go over how to use it. The link to the list is located in the middle of the slide deck right here. So if you'd like to pause for a moment to type it in, please feel free. So the very first thing you're going to notice when we log in and take a look at the student program list is a lot of information provided here at the top. Some information about what an LPI is, some tips on how to navigate the sheet, and of course, an update about undergraduate students automatically being designated as local programs that increase employability. To use our sheet, we recommend using the search function that's built into your browser for your computer. So for Windows, we have Control F, and then typing in the particular name of your program to see if it's on our list. So for example, I'm in the Asian American Studies program, and when I type it in, we'll see that it pops up right here. If your program is located on our list, that means that you are eligible for the student eligibility portion of CalFresh. So please make sure to take a look and see if your program is here. If it is, what you're going to do from here is you're going to go over here to File, scroll down to Download, and download the entire sheet as a PDF. Please make sure not to click through the links located on the right. These are just links to the academic catalog provided by each program. They do not count as qualification for CalFresh or your student eligibility. Instead, what you will need, again, is a full copy of our student program list. Now, going back to our slide deck, something that you may notice is certain programs are also labeled as requiring what's called a verification form. Certain departments or certain programs have decided to make a verification form for CalFresh for X or Y reason, typically for programs that may not have a study list accessible over, say, the summer. So if you are in one of these programs, we suggest taking a look at our list of verification forms to see if your specific program may require one. So let's head over to that sheet in a little bit. Please feel free to pause if you need some time to type in this link. So again, what you're going to see here on the verification forms document spreadsheet is a list of different programs that do require a verification form instead of just your study list. Typically, when you request a verification form, they will also provide a copy of your study list, so it's a 2-in-1. But you can see here, right, there are a number of master's and PhD programs that do require it. For information on how to use the sheet, you will just hover your particular program and take a look at the notes listed. So for example, let's say that you're a medical student applying for CalFresh. You'll want to go over here, hover the School of Medicine option, and you'll see here located in the notes that you'll need to request a verification form through a DocuSign link. Please note that this is not standard practice for every single program. Some programs will require you to submit a verification form or request one. Others will ask you to email a specific administrator. So please make sure to look very, very closely at your specific program's instructions if your program is on this list. One final note is that we highly, highly recommend seeing if your program is on our student program list before looking at the other types of student eligibilities. On our end, we've gone through and tried to get as many programs approved as possible, and it does tend to be a much easier student eligibility to use compared to some of the other ones. So we recommend looking and seeing if your program is on our list before moving on to the other types of student eligibilities. But with that, that's everything that we need to cover for the LPIE. If your program was not on our student program list, then we'll move on to the next type of student eligibility that you may qualify for, the campus employment eligibility.